of fruit, it seemed a lie. I'll never know which way was right. Now side by side we face the night, and I love you, and I love you.
Where lightning is going to strike, right? Or you never know where you're going to catch lightning in a bottle when you see somebody like Galen Lee. This chick is amazing. Just a violin and a looping pedal. And the most unlikely candidate to be struck with talent.
Don't tell me we've got time. The subtle thief of life.
Morning, Vinny DiMartini.
It slips away when we pay.
Morning, everybody. Good morning, Cal Hayes. Cal Hayes in the house. Loyal opposition to E. Bynum. What's up, CV? CV, Big Mama. Dead game. Dead game in the house. Big. Vinny DiMartini in the house with the wrench. Don't be a dick in the chat. Morning, everybody. We're going to talk about some...
And I love you.
It's intense, man.
And I love you.
Attacked. Are we getting attacked? I see the buffer. I'm here. I'm here. Are you here? So buffering away. Just wait for the buffer to pass. We'll wait. We'll do it live. So Mark's Conte reporting. So it's an interesting week. A lot of death, a lot of dying, a lot of pseudo death and dying. I want to put some stuff together, right? Because there seems to be what happened back in the 1980s. I apologize for the buffering, man. It's just there's nothing I can do about it. I see it on my end. It's green and it's going green. It's going yellow. But there's a correlation, I think, and between what happened, as AIDS and HIV started to evolve into the forefront of a major threat to humanity. Right around 1984, 85, 86, 87, if you recall, there was an introduction of a medication called AZT. They'll say it could save your life because right now it looks like you're going to die and people sign up to take these test drugs. And then you see a spike in death rate. Now, that's an overgeneralization of what happened in the 80s, but certainly it did happen with the introduction of AZT, if you recall. And people were becoming, basically lab rats. And so I see a correlation. I see not to the extreme yet, but there is, again, on the ground, walking around hospitals, you don't see the panic. You don't see the epidemic flaring at hospitals. All you see is kind of tranquil and kind of calm. Now, that's not to say that coronavirus is fake. I never said that. I'm not a conspiracy-minded person. I believe, based on what the doctors have told us, people that are inside the ERs, inside of the ICU units, people that have contracted the virus, like myself, that I was sick at the end of January, and what's going on inside those freezer rooms, the freezer trucks outside of the hospitals. I'm not saying that it's not real. What I've said all along is that it's way overblown. Right? It's a situation where are we buffering again? It's a situation where there's no I forgot what I was going to say. Whenever I see buffering, it's a situation where that it is real, and it's overblown to cover for the ultimate crash in the markets. That's what it's covering, in my opinion. There is no visible explanation why an entire economy, why everybody falls in line and the entire economy is shut down. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to get to. because the simple numbers of deaths with coronavirus, although it is new and although it is newfangled and there is a mysterious way in which it's transmitted, in which it evolves, and threat of this thing is greatly exaggerated. That's what I am saying. Right? So the statistics today: global cases of coronavirus 1,200,000, total deaths globally 69,000. 69,000 global deaths from coronavirus. Now, flu in a year, they've only been probably calculating the numbers for a month or two, but it's right along the same numbers as the number of people that die globally from the flu, influenza. The numbers are consistent with that. A lot of people die, probably more people die from gunshot wounds and suicide and homicide, and that's all I'm saying. So that's what I want to look at today. I want to look at some of the, what's up, Tobacco Road, Vinny DiMartini in the house, got all the wrenches in the house. That's what I want to look at today. I just want to look at some of the statistical evidence that points to possibly this newfangled hydroxychloroquine. Hydroxychloroquine antidote. I'm buffering again. It just pisses me off when this happens. It's like attack. You're getting fucking attacked, Conte. We're being attacked. I'll just wait until it calms down. I'll wait until we come back. Just blows your whole fucking stream, right? Kills your stream, right? Kills your stream of thought is what it really kills. Right? So let's look at this article. And so here's the front page of the Post. I want to focus on this article in particular. And because it reveals a lot, and then we'll look at the statistics. Thousands of New York COVID patients are being treated with anti-malaria drug. Anti-malaria drug. There's no time to test drugs. They're just trying something out. They say, oh, it looks like the symptoms look like malaria. So let's try, a couple of people and see what happens. Just give it to them, see what happens. It's just like AZT in the 80s. You try it, and if they die, they say, oh, well, it didn't work. Right? And then what you have, they then intubate them and then sedate the person as well, because nobody wants to fucking live with a 12-foot, 12-inch tube up your nose pointing down your windpipe, right? Intubation or ventilators is very, very uncomfortable. Most of the people that are intubated are sleeping. They sedate them to the point of sleeping. So now you have respiratory system sedated, and you see how the medical complication, you have them throwing this hydroxychloroquine. I had it right the first time. Hydroxychloroquine at the problem, sedation, ventilation, sticking a tube up someone's nose, bedridden them. Why not get them out and walk? Why not there's other ways of doing things naturally, right? Except intubating. So what I'm saying is that, is it death by RX? I think to some degree it is. It's an overreaction. It's a knee-jerk reaction. How are we going to help these people? And how are we going to stop, more importantly, how are we going to stop the spread of this thing? Because we got the politicians in every firm that we're even broadcasting right now. Can someone confirm that we're not buffering again? Can someone confirm it? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a buffer or no buffer, because this is frustrating. I'm looking at a red signal. I'm looking at red. So I think we're back up. Are we back up? Can somebody tell me? Are we good? CV says we're good. All right. Buffering on and off, you're fine. Okay. All right. This kind of heckling is worse than getting heckled on the street with some fucking goon chasing you around the hospital trying to tell you turn your camera off. This is almost worse. This is more frustrating to me. Anyway, so let's read this article. I'll try to get through it. As many as 4,000 severely ill coronavirus patients in New York are being treated with an anti-malarial drug, hydroxychloroquine. Hydroxy motherfucking red. Motherfucking buffer. As Trump has touted hydroxychloroquine as a potential lifesaver, although there is no widespread scientific evidence to date showing it helps battle COVID-19. No scientific evidence. They say listen to the scientists, but there's no scientific evidence that shows hydroxychloroquine has any effect whatsoever. The only one that says it is this guy right here. Where is he? Where is he? Where's the guy? This guy. Here he is. This guy, he's pushing hydroxychloroquine. Hydroxychloroquine, he's the hydroxychloroquine peddler. Is right here. Huh? So Governor Andrew Cuomo last month said healthcare providers in the state would be using the drug in combination with another drug, antibiotic Zithromax. I just stopped and started again. Maybe that helps. It'll help the buffering. It says we got an excellent stream, so we got an excellent connection. Frustrating, man. Very, very frustrating. Well, you tend to wonder when you're putting information like this out there, are people attacking, is YouTube attacking? I don't know. But anyway, time is of the essence, said Albany University Public Health Dean. You know what it is? The buffering and the interruption of the stream is designed to piss you off. It's designed to piss me off and then piss you off and make you go away because the stream sucks because it's being interrupted. You follow censorship, man. It's not a total shutdown, but it's throttling. It's throttling the fucking stream right now. That's what's happening. Is that conspiracy theory? No, it's the fucking evidence right there. Why all of a sudden? A state health department official said DOH has shipped doses of hydroxychloroquine to... we're red. We're red and we're green again. So I'll just wait. What I have in front of me is a signal when it buffers, and I can see when it's telling me it's yellow, as opposed to green. I could be wrong about that. What the hell do I know? Just some idiot on YouTube, right? So here's the deal. Back to this goddamn hydroxychloroquine. Right? Patients have received doses as part of a 4 or 10-day regimen. Blah, 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 blah. Here's a good line. NYU Log On Medical School is conducting a random trial with a $9.5 million grant from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Right there. So you say, so medical people will say, that's classic. That's classic painting the tape. They have an interest in finding a drug that they can profit from, or they could start to kill off some people that have this thing. $9.5 million. $9.5 million. No data. No data. Are we back? We back? Are we back? Are we back? I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore. So, $9.5 million grant from Bill Gates and his darling wife, Melinda, to find something that says hydroxychloroquine can help eliminate the symptoms or something, reverse COVID-19. Currently, there is no proven way to prevent COVID-19 after being exposed. All right. If hydroxychloroquine provides protection, then it could be an essential tool for fighting this pandemic. Okay, so stop right there. There's two things going on. No one is talking about, Trump is not talking about prevention. He's talking about treatment. There's a difference. No data. No data. No data. Are we data or no data? No da. No dada. That's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. I'm gonna keep pressing on, right? I'm gonna press on, man, motherfucker. You're not gonna censor me, motherfuckers. I'm gonna keep talking until you cut me off. So, currently, there is no proven way to prevent. So, you see how the article takes a twist. Hydroxychloroquine was designed to treatment. So people are on intubators, right? They got a tube up their nose, a fucking hose down their throat, right? Up your nose with a rubber hose, right? You're sitting in the hospital, you're unconscious, right? And now that they're experimenting on you, you're unconscious, right? And it's saying like they're getting like voluntary treatment. This is just like AIDS. The RX has long been used to treat malaria. And start, and stop, and start, and stop, and start, and stop, start, stop, start, stop, start, stop, start. It's really frustrating, man. I really apologize. The whole thing is a conspiracy pushed by Big Chloroquine. Big Chloroquine. Hydroxy. Big Hydroxy is fucking... No, but my point, there's a bigger point to it. I'm not trying to make light. I'm not trying to make fun of people who are dying in the hospital. Let's digress for a second. You see this doctor right here? Someone posted this morning. Someone brought it to my attention. I forgot your name, but said that I should watch this. Here's all ICU patients are in their 50s or younger. Frontline Welsh doctor recovered from the virus. Now, this doctor talks about what it looks like inside the ICU. It causes the ICU units to be crowded because they're seeing this thing for the first time. They're seeing a lot of it, and it's crowding up the interior of the hospital. That's what I believe. Let's listen to this guy for a second. Check this shit out.
Your upper airway. So most people will need some degree of sedation to tolerate that. It also means that they will synchronize better with the ventilators. They're not fighting the ventilators. They'll allow the ventilators to do their job. So the vast majority of the patients are fast asleep at the moment, mainly for their comfort and also to facilitate their care.
Can you have any visitors
No.
in the unit at the moment?
Not at the moment. Logistically, it just isn't possible at the moment, and that's partly for public safety.
And how difficult is that for everyone involved, given that some of these patients will be perhaps, close to their last days?
It's incredibly difficult. We are updating people as much as we can. We've got dedicated people who are phoning and updating relatives every day. We're also using email.
Can the family come into the unit?
Thankfully, we haven't been in that situation much yet. We are looking at potentially finding a way to allow family members to come in, accepting the risk and wearing full PPE. I mean, it's the last thing we want to deny anyone time with their family member if they're going to die. But the practicalities of that we haven't ironed out yet. The danger is...
So again, so you can watch this on your own. It's on Channel 4 News. And if it's what I'm trying to say with watching this, I don't want to bore you with it, but it's a doctor who is on the front line of COVID-19. He's a ICU doctor, right? A 20-year veteran. And he's telling you what he's seeing inside of the hospital. Now, if you don't believe what these doctors are telling you, I can't help you with that. I believe the vast majority of the doctors that are telling it. If you want to call it a widespread conspiracy that the whole thing... Bear with the censorship. Bear with the censorship. Bear with the censorship. As I was saying, I believe what that doctor is telling us. Right? I believe this guy. I believe that the hospitals are overloaded with this coronavirus thing. I do not believe that any of what we're seeing justifies shutting down the entire market, entire economic system as we knew it, because now it's over. Right? The oligarchs are firmly in place. The trillions of dollars have been handed to the banks. the criminal enterprises of Wall Street now have control over small business and individual payout, the workers. Right? Well, that's half the economy. Half the economy, that's the half they want. Corporations already own half. Now they're going for the other half. Right? They own what, 70? I'm trying my best. It's nothing on my end. It's an attack on the YouTube side. Right? So it's an attack, right? It's an attack. So anyway, so that's what I'm trying to say. The corporations are cock blocking smaller business and preventing people, the workers, from getting their unemployment money. See, corporations have an interest in seeing people starve and being hungry and being discouraged. That's what Noam Chomsky always talks about. Discourage the workers so they don't fight back. They'll just take whatever is given to them. They'll take the crumbs. So I believe the doctor. I believe the medical profession that COVID-19 is a real phenomenon. I don't think there's any disputing it at this point. And buffering. Wow, how frustrating is this? Wow, this is great entertainment, watching a guy struggle with his buffer. So, ignoring expert opinions, Trump again promotes use of hydroxychloroquine. Right? So Trump is out there. This is careless and reckless, right? I just want to look at it, right? So you've got the president of the United States, where half the people in this country do whatever he tells them, whatever he says they do. Jump up, how high? Build a wall, lock her up. Right? Whatever Trump says, there's half of the country that they're shut eye. They believe whatever the fuck Trump says. And now they're believing that hydroxychloroquine, because Trump said so, the medical genius Trump said hydroxychloroquine could, hey, listen, if it works, hey, try it, right? Let me see his mother try it. Let me see his dying son try it. Hey, just try it. What the fuck? What could we do? What's the worst scenario? Buffer mania. It's like arm wrestling right here. I'm arm wrestling with my device. So there's Trump saying that, right? Fucking Trump the drug dealer, Trump the meth dealer, is plugging hydroxychloroquine. Now let's look at it, right? So what is hydroxychloroquine? So this is hydroxychloroquine. What are the side effects? What are the side effects to hydroxychloroquine? I don't think I got to that part. Oh, I did. Did I? Yeah. The side effects, potential side effects for hydroxychloroquine include everything from fatal heart arrhythmia to vision loss, ear ringing, vomiting, mood changes, skin rashes, hair loss. So these are complications of a complicated drug that they're testing for. So you're sick as a dog, right? You're fucking you're miserable, right? You can't breathe some air down your throat, right? And oh man, maybe I should just keep going. Should I keep going? Should I keep going on the stream? Is it worth listening to, or is it just too frustrating to listen to? Is it too frustrating to listen to? Russell Witt said, Trump wouldn't have said it if he didn't know something. Yeah, you make my case for me, Russell Whitty. Russell Whitty has made the case. Trump wouldn't have said it if he didn't know something. Wow. Well, there you go, man. There you go. It's not the quality of the stream, thank you, but I know all that stuff. I haven't changed a goddamn thing. It's the same exact stream right here. So, all right. So if everybody's still here, I'll keep going. All right. So anyway, somebody just in the comments made the point that whatever Trump says is gold, is God, right? And so You know what I mean? Like this interfering kind of cough. And the fever, and the persistent fever, and the tiredness, like it was like hard to get up and go. You know, you just to go somewhere, go to the bathroom was a pain in the ass, right? And at the time, I'll be honest with you, I walked to the grocery store a few times. I went out and walked because I wanted to get some fresh air, and I was struggling. I sat on the bench, I coughed my ass off. That's before coughing in public was obscene. Now you can't do that. People fucking lose their minds if you're sitting on the bench coughing. You got to sit in your house and cough. But I didn't take any medications. I didn't run to the doctor and get some pharmaceutical, some hydroxychloroquine. Right? I didn't do that. I just rode out the storm. As bad as it was, I relied on my physical fitness to get me through it, drinking water and such. And over the counter, a little Tylenol for the muscle pain or whatever it was. Right? I took some Theraflu, green. I see green again. I think we're back. I see green again. So also, we need to talk about the stock market. Let's see. Oh, look, the stock market's up 1,000 points. It's rebounding. We found the cure. Hydroxychloroquine is driving the markets up. Why is a market up when everything is closed? How on fucking earth does that make sense? How are any of these corporations going to show any profitability whatsoever? This is a big boys game. Right? This is the oligarchs positioning themselves for the kill. Because they see that 50%, they see that small businesses are going to be struggling. And there's going to be a huge transfer of wealth to the corporations, the banks, the 6 largest banks, the most corrupt entities on the planet, are in control of a blank check, trillions of dollar allocation to small businesses. When it stops buffering. I'm buffering. So check this out. CDC, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, interim clinical guidance for management of patients with coronavirus. So incubation period is thought to be 14 days. The median time is 4 to 5 days of exposure. These are the things we know. And I'm going to make a giant point in a second. All of this is leading up to a giant point that I was trying to make originally, but I waited. I waited to tell you what's going to happen, right? That the numbers themselves on coronavirus is actually very, very incorrect. These numbers we know because they have the people sitting in front of them, right? Right? The doctors are doing their assessment and they say, okay, 83 to 99% of the people have fever. 59 to 82% have a cough. They have fatigue up to 70%. Anorexia. Very true. I wasn't hungry. Trying to cut my stream down, man. It's cutting me down, man. It's bringing me down. I feel so down with this buffering, man. It's fucking constant shit going on, right? So these are the symptoms. Makes you want to quit. Makes you want to quit. See, it works, right? Fucking torture works. Torture this fucking long hair guy, man. Torture him, he'll go away. So fatigue, anorexia, shortness of breath, in up to 40% of the cases, shortness of breath. Sputum production, that's like, you're spitting up fucking sputum. And myalgias, I don't know what that is. Myalgias, I don't know what that is. But anyway, these are the characteristic symptoms. If you don't believe that people are getting sick in this newfangled way through corona, I fundamentally disagree with you. Keep on that conspiracy theory. Try to prove it wrong. I don't know. So these are the statistics that I fundamentally disagree with. I'm looking at red. I'm looking at red. I'm looking at red. That's a good song. I got the buffer blues. I'm looking at red. 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 I'm looking at I got the buffer blues. Look at the statistic. Mild to moderate. 81% of the people get mild to moderate symptoms. Now, 44,000 patients with coronavirus from China showed the illness severity can range from mild to critical. Now, that's just patients. Patients. It's not the majority of the people. Right there, that says that the numbers are skewed. Because if you're going to say that 81% of all COVID cases have mild symptoms, that would be incorrect. You're only looking at people that came to you. What about the million people that didn't come to you, that are not represented in the 44,000? Right? If there's 44,000 patients being looked at, where is the millions of people that have the symptom? People like me, I'm not statistically in any statistic at all. The millions of people that contract, deal with, and get through. So to say that 81% is mild to moderate is just incorrect. Severe, which is 14%. You could say that this is what they see in the hospitals, but overall, these numbers the moderate to mild has to be dramatically higher in percentage. It's probably. I'm not going to talk when I see the red, so I'm just going to, because it's just frustrating to get a point out and then not have the point heard. So I'll continue again. These numbers are skewed. If you look right in the middle, it really does seem deliberate, the attack. It seems like the buffering attack really is deliberate. I guess that's the story today, right? Sometimes you set out for one story and you get another story. But anyway, the mild to moderate symptoms of 81% has to be much higher. And the severe has to be much lower, with critical respiratory failure, shock, or multi-organ system dysfunction has to be much lower. It has to be, because you're not looking at the vast majority of people. You're only looking at 44,000 patients. And add to that, you're poisoning them. You're sticking hydroxychloroquine up their ass, right? Hydroxychloroquine, right? And all these other medications. You're drugging the people, and then you're sedating them. So that's what I'm trying to say. The point of this is that the numbers themselves of people dying from and being infected by COVID-19, the numbers themselves are scrote of humanity because of something that kills 1% of its victims. There's no reason for that. That's my point. Right? So these numbers, right? And then you're adding. That's what I want to get into now, right? You're adding the drug, the toxicity levels to the death rate. Because you're in a hospital setting, you're uncomfortable, you got a tube stuffed up your nose, you're unconscious, you're not functioning to your best. You're not fighting. All right? You're not fighting anymore. You've relinquished your fight. You just lay in the bed and you take whatever they give you. That's not how the body works. All right? How many people are you saving versus how many people are you killing? That's what I want to know. It's not tested. That's the point. They're using old tactics to solve a problem that they don't even know what it is. Intubating with a tube, throwing these newfangled drugs at the problem. It's just like AIDS. So you remember the history of AIDS and HIV? I'm gonna wait for the buffer. It seems like it attacks every 3 minutes or so, the buffering. So, what did I want to say? I was trying to get another point out. But anyway, so you're seeing AIDS and COVID-19 death rates spike all of a sudden because hospitals don't know what the fuck they're doing, for the most part. I'm not saying they don't know completely what they're doing. They're doing a good job. But you got jackoffs like Trump who come in out of left field and say, here, try hydroxychloroquine. Hydroxychloroquine. And you get and then you start to get the spike in death. And the quintessential spike in death occurred right here in 1987. In March, the FDA approved the first anti-retrievable drug, AZT. That's when the FDA approved it in 87. Buffervid. The Buffervid. We'll call this the Buffervid. The Buffervid. So I'm going to talk really fast, try to get it out before it buffers again. I'm aware that it's buffering, so I'm trying not to talk while it's buffering, and then so you can hear what I'm saying. So again, AZT started to peak in 1987 when the FDA approved it, and people were dropping like flies before that. People were dropping like flies. They didn't know what the hell was killing everybody. And now how come people can live fine with HIV, right? All of a sudden the problem went away? The problem went away? Look at this, the death toll right here, right? So this is global. HIV deaths continue now to decline. But they went soaring up all the way from the 80s straight up to 2005, and now they're declining. That's global. Now, in the U.S., it's a little different. In the U.S., the spike downward of death occurred in 1995. So all through the 80s, you see how the death rate creeps up. In 87, it's still going up, and then they find allegedly the cure, the AZT drug, and the spike continues to go up in terms of number of deaths in the thousands, 50,000, 40,000, right? And in 95, it levels off, and then there's a sharp decrease in 1997 because maybe there was an awareness, holistic medicine. People stopped taking the medications. Guys like Magic Johnson came out and in front of the cameras and said, "Fuck this! I want to live. I want to live, motherfuckers. I'm not gonna keep consuming this toxic shit and let it kill me." So the point I was trying to make in this video is that you see a correlation between medical chaos, controlled chaos in a hospital, and then medications start getting thrown at the people, thrown at the patient. Buffering. We're buffering. Much bullshit. At least the chat works. Hey, look, man, at least the chat works. At least the chat works. We can chat back and forth. So, thank you for sticking with me. I appreciate it, man. It's just very frustrating. And we had a good run this week. I guess that's why we're being attacked. We had a good run. There's a lot of videos up right now of showing that the insanity surrounding the scare of coronavirus and death doesn't meet the level of economic meltdown. What happens if there's something way worse comes along and starts killing off people, right? So anyway, Marcus Conte reporting. That was really frustrating. I'm so sorry, man. There's nothing you can do about it, right? So again, what my summation? I'm just gonna. I gotta kill this because it's just too frustrating. So my guesstimation here is that these newfangled drugs are very similar to the newfangled drugs we saw in the onset of AIDS. And the mysterious, you remember with AIDS, they all had the hazmat suits on, the masks, and no one knew what it was, the boy inside the plastic bubble, and they treated everyone with caution. We saw the same thing with COVID. And now we're seeing people become more educated in what it is, that it doesn't spread wildly in that fashion, that you can protect yourself. And I'm a living example of that. I walk out, I have not lost the stride. I go outside every single day. I walk around, I go food shopping every day, I go to the supermarket, I take the trains, I go Still waiting. Still waiting. So anyway, man. So it's just really frustrating, man. This is really frustrating. It's a frustrating stream that I'm having here. So again, whoa, the most frustrating day of my life. I'm hanging in, man. I'm cool. I just don't like to put out shit quality stuff. You know what I mean? I have like a kind of the feeling of I want to give a good product. But that is my thought on this, is that there is the thing that we need to look at now is that what's going on in the hospitals is not fake. Those refrigerator trucks outside are not fake. It's overreaction. That's what it is. It's knee-jerk overreaction and money pouring into the hospitals, and they're trying their best to figure out what it is. But there's always this knee-jerk reaction in the medical field. They start to experiment live. They're experimenting with different medications that might work. Oh, this malaria drug blocks certain receptors, and let's try that, man. Fucking pour that shit in there, right? And that's what they start to do. Die, right? Maybe way less. Maybe way less. And we're buffering again. And we're back. And we're buffering. And we're back. All right, so I'm going to try to resolve this problem. I don't think it's my problem on my end. And I'll kill it right here. I'll give you the check out this chick again. Listen, this was really good, man. La 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 la. Let's see. And whoa.
All right, we're in a song called Bird. All right. Yep.
Watch this, you say to yourself, if you think you have challenges, check this chick out.
Why do you sing? Fate has clipped your wings. You make me feel like a bird in the sky, fly round and round and I can't fall down. You make me feel so.
Well, I think we got a steady stream again. So anyway, Mark's Conte reporting. Thank you everybody for sharing. Thank you everybody for coming down there. And Sassafras in the house, Rampant, Upside In, Jim Gerard, Vinny DiMartini on the wrench, Vander Vlu, Willie Dig. So I will try my best. I was trying to say is people are saying go to the Javits Center and check out the Javits Center. I don't expect much difference if I went up to the Javits Center. There's also a hospital in Queens. Again, it's the same thing. We've been to 4 hospitals already. I don't expect any difference. If the climate on the ground changes, I'll go up there and check it out, man. And but I do expect that as they start to experiment with people, they're going to kill. They tend to kill a lot more people than they help with the experimentalists. Peace out.